Thanks again for joining us. All right, Kimberly, I'd like to talk to you about a session and how you might approach that. So is it the same approach with every client, or is this something that you do uniquely with each person according to their needs?
So it's a little bit of both. These forks here are tuned to Om. So Om being the sound that the earth makes going around in a year. You basically take the math of that, speed it up into a sound that we can hear, and they sound like Om. Why we start and end each session with Om is Om really brings us into our bodies, brings us into the here and now, and that's where healing happens.
Mm-hmm.
As well as you can kind of do it into the past and the future, but in terms of our physical bodies and where we are now, Om brings us here. So each session does begin with grounding with Om. And
So here on the feet?
Yes, on kidney one.
On kidney one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only place that kidneys actually make contact with the earth, isn't it? The kidney meridian.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so from there, each treatment becomes very specialized. There are some things that I do for everyone, but for example, these pink forks that I was using, and these green ones, these are Venus and these are Chiron, and together, for a very generalized treatment, they provide a sense of feeling loved all over, feeling healed all over, and being able to send that to wherever it needs to be in the body, as well as almost everyone has inflammation, and Venus is very much like an ibuprofen in a stick.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah. And Chiron, kind of the same sort of thing, that he amplifies that energy of soothing inflammation, helping the skin, helping the endocrine system, hormones like that.
Sounds to me like it's a lot about balance.
Indeed.
So you would start with tuning forks then, when you're going to do a Reiki session?
Depending on the modality of where I'm at, I volunteer with LifeSpark Cancer Resources, and there we only use Reiki.
Only use Reiki because it's approved as a modality for them, whereas they're not as familiar with the tuning forks. But if I were coming to you as a client, coming to your location, and said, oh, I just really, I want things to boost my health, I want that relaxation, I love that sensation. To me, Reiki is like, it's like getting a massage without any sore muscles, right? It's that sense of, I've been seen, I've been touched, I feel whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So if I were coming in as a client, we have Kelsey here laying on the table. Do you do how do you check out what she should need? I take it face down for many people, depending on their situation. If they're more comfortable face up, you could do either, which is a beautiful thing about Reiki and tuning forks.
Indeed. And we would have done a verbal consultation before that, speaking to why she was there, what she needed, if there were certain things she was working on, like back pain. The big bowl that I put on her back is very good to treat back pain, but also to just give that whole body sense of just of getting those vibrations of healing to just go right through you.
Now, if you're using tuning forks and you know that they are good for particular systems within the body, do you also use the tuning fork as a way to maybe identify areas where her body is asking for more, as a reading instrument?
Very much so, very much so.
And how do you go about doing that? Can you show that how you might use a tuning fork to assess?
So a little bit of that when I started here and was dragging the ohms down her body, I was feeling for where her body was pulling the frequency in stronger and maybe not as strong in other places. So that is as diagnostic as it is bringing grounding through the body.
So do you feel that as well as hear that? Or
it's a lot more of a felt sense.
Felt sense?
And like I said, the forks will actually sort of dip.
Like they're like dowsing rods in effect in that regard.
Very much so. Now, in that sense, I'm checking to see how, are they dipping because she really needs those frequencies. If she doesn't need the frequencies, oftentimes the forks will kind of like sort of push away. And if I'm not entirely sure about, I'm like, I think I'm feeling Venus here. I think this should be Venus. If I point it at her and it's yeah.
Then you know to go ahead and strike that.
And there have been a couple times where I'm like, this is the absolute right thing, and I put a nope. Okay, what is it that you really needed? Oh, okay, this one. So there is art to the science as well.
I love that. And so as a trained, highly trained Reiki practitioner, both the medical Reiki as well as traditional Reiki, what I like is the fact that you're combining what you know along with what you're sensing. It's an intuitive approach to the body. And that takes years of practice to really develop.
It does.
So it's wonderful. We're going to go ahead and ask Kimberly to put this together as one session, and if you watch the next video, you'll see her do an abbreviated version of what's normally an hour-long session as she uses the forks on the body as well as the bowl and a combination of hands-on treatment. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.